This is kvci.blogspot.com, YouTube Boston G.B.R. You're looking at a newspaper, a weekly newspaper, in Valdosta and Lowndes County, Georgia. The late Parson was the owner and editor. He reported the cutting-edge news. He did investigative reporting. He strongly embraced what was right in our community. He believed in open government. He believed in reporting what others ignored. This was the last copy or publication of the Valdosta Post. Parson had this paper, and it was known for a long time as the Lake Park Post. We look forward to this paper here in Valdosta, now a metro city. We, the people of Valdosta, in my most humble opinion, does not get the best of news. We are a metro city in 2012. We only have one local newspaper, that's the Valdosta Daily Times. And of course we have USA Today. A little small city like Americus, Georgia, has 6 newspapers. 3, I'm told, published locally or is of a local origin. Yet Valdosta only has 1. We know that we've had senators and House of Representative members and civil rights giants to come to Brooks County, and yet they were ignored by the mainstream media here in South Georgia and North Florida. Much of the information has been lost. Some has been ignored. I'm inviting you to kvci.blogspot.com as well as Boston G.B.R. here on YouTube. I do not want the people here in South Georgia to get a distorted view of what is happening in our world. I want you to know about what is brought before governmental bodies. Yet, the general public and the world outside of this area remains ignorant to what is happening in our world. Therefore, our children and coming generations will never know what happened while we lived. So I, George Boston Rhines, along with other progressive, both Democrat and Republican, which I call the American rights citizens, do not want our history to be buried beneath the rubbish pile of space, time, and destiny. Therefore, we are moving forward with various organizations locally, state, and national to ensure that the truth will not be buried beneath the rubbish pile. We intend to elevate the minds of citizens in this area so they really can bring about a new South, a new image of the South, so people will be willing and happy to return and build their homes and raise their family and educate their children where there's jobs and where there is hope in becoming full-pledged citizens in the economic development of many rural areas here in South Georgia. So I appreciate the Lake Park Post. I appreciate Al Parson, Charles Moore that worked with him, Lee Touchton, and everybody that was involved with the publication of that paper long before I came to Valdosta. I do not want Al Parson, nor do I want the Lake Park Post, nor do I want those that supported him and surrounded him and appreciated him to forget him. For he indeed was one of the best patriots, and in his own way, perhaps one of the best followers of Jesus Christ. For Jesus said, I have no respect of persons. And so Al Parson, though a European white man, I'm not going to tell you he didn't see color, because to do so would be to belittle God himself as well as Al Parson. For God gave him the ability to distinguish all of the colors. But Mr. Al Parson, the Honorable Al Parson, who I had the greatest respect for when he lived and after his death, I commend him, I thank him, and I will never let his memory rest. I will do my part to ensure that the work that he done will be among the archival records of some of the greatest accomplishments here in South Georgia and North Florida. What you read on Boston G.B.R. YouTube, the videos that you watch on Boston G.B.R. channel, and when you go to kvci.blogspot.com, much of what you read about came from the impressions that Al Parson put on this man, because like Al Parson, I do not believe you should continue to be deaf, dumb, and blind, because certain segments of our mainstream media ignores information, incidents, deaths in the Lowndes County Jail, and other things that we want to know, but apparently they don't think we have a need to know. And so I close on this note. The Lake Park Post and the Honorable Al Parson. This was the last copy of the Lake Park Post, and what seems so strange about it, in his own way, the last publication while he lived, this is the front page coverage that he had. Did he know something we didn't know? Now, I don't believe in the white Jesus. From a child, we were made to look up to him. But if Jesus lived, and if he lived and if he came from where they say he came from, then he had to be of a darker hue. And you probably know that. And history is the best reflection of it all. I want to say to you on behalf of Al Parson, of the Lake Park Post, may the real God and may the real Jesus, without color, represent all of us, because he's fair, he loves us, he's just, and he respects all of us, and not only the human race, but all life sources. kvci.blogspot.com, YouTube, Boston G.B.R. We do what we do because we love you. Bye-bye. We gone.